Hi, my name is Bianca, and these are my note cards. This is my PowerPoint. I had to print it out. I couldn't get it to get on the screen, so I'm just gonna hold it up and read off of it as I go. Um, so doesn't everybody just love shopping, getting new clothes, buying their favorite brands and or their favorite pieces? But do we all know how those clothes are made, where they come from, or who makes them? Um, so we have no idea actually who does any of that with mostly every piece that we buy. And today I will show you some pictures and a chart that I made, and I'm going to discuss and talk about popular fashion brands and the fashion industry. So to begin with, there are two different types of fashion industries. The first is fast fashion, and that is places, for example, like Shein. And then there's another one called sustainable fashion, and that's places like a company called Los Angeles Apparel. So I have a quote for Shein, and it says that Shein is a web shop for cheap, poor quality, fast fashion with terrible customer service, delivery periods of up to 3 weeks, and a track record of painful slip-ups. And that is from the website How Shein is Revolutionizing the Fashion Industry by Steinverrehe, I think it's pronounced. And then so Los Angeles Apparel, that business is focused on sustainability and efficiency for their clothes and their customers. So it's a really good company. And then now I move on to the chart that I made with it's the fast fashion versus sustainable fashion. So I will be focusing on the two companies, Shein and Los Angeles Apparel, for this comparison. So for Shein, Shein has stolen many designs from independent artists. Their clothes are very poorly made and they're extremely cheap. Um, they have had help written into the tags of their clothes, and there's actually news articles um, and reports on this that news outlets have casted. If you guys want to look it up, take a look at it. And then they don't have a clean work environment, and they have labor abuse and child labor claims, which are very, very serious claims to be made. And then the Rolling Stones actually canceled their deal with Shein due to all these claims. And this was in the last 2 days. If you guys also want to look that up, there's articles on that as well. And then so for Los Angeles Apparel, they are clean and they have a well-managed work environment. They pay their employees extremely fairly, and if you can even find the wages of their employees online, I think it ranges from $18 to $32 or $35, depending on I think which department you work in for them. And they create jobs all in the USA. They support U.S. domestic farmers and the domestic yarn industry. Um, and then they're environmentally friendly sourcing, so they use organic cotton and organic dyes in all their sweatshirts or all their clothes and their pieces. And their sustainability, they practice ethical productions. They use 100% recycled um, packaging and ways to ship their products and stuff like that. So I actually have an image printed out of inside Shein's factories and what it looks like in China. And this shows the working conditions, and they actually, one worker said that um, they have 75-hour work weeks, and then they made a statement saying that Sundays do not exist where they work in Shein, which is a pretty big statement to make. And then this image is from the Environment and Impact on Instagram. You guys can find that. And then I think the quote is on there as well, if you guys want to look that up. And this is the image. I'll hold it in view for a few seconds so you guys can look. But as you can see, it's very crowded. And that's the image. Okay, so now I have my some of the positives that Shein actually has. So Shein is cheap and affordable, which leads it to being more accessible for people and or families that maybe are struggling with money, and this is a way for them to get, cheap items, cheap clothes, because Shein also sells other items such as maybe like towels. They sell like almost anything, and they also create tons of jobs in China, which they're a rapidly like evolving company. They're growing hugely, so they're creating a lot of jobs, and they do work with artists sometimes that are more smaller, or influencers. And then this kind of gives the influencers or the artists a platform to grow on and to show their stuff off and promote it. And then for the fashion industry, why fashion is on the rise, or why fast fashion is on the rise. I also have two quotes for this. So, fast fashion is on the rise because creativity is channeled more into mass marketing clothes and then into designing them. And that quote is actually from Terry Aggins, and it's from the book, or in the book, The End of Fashion, The Mass Marketing of the Clothing Business Forever. And then my second quote I have for why fast fashion is on the rise is that cheap fashion has fundamentally changed the way most Americans dress. Retailers are producing clothes at enormous volumes in order to drive prices down and profits up. And they've turned clothing into a disposable good. And that is actually from Elizabeth L. Klein, and that's from and in the book Overdressed: The Shockingly High Cost of Cheap Fashion. So, moving on to my conclusion. So for the fashion industry, clearly it's extremely hard to decide where to buy like your clothes, your items from, as there's so many factors that play a role into determining that. And places like Shein, they do nothing to help and support their workers. They have outrageous claims, and they're just really not a good company overall. Places like Los Angeles Apparel, they almost do anything that they can and everything they can to ensure that their workers have clean work environments that are managed and well kept, and that they receive fair wages for everything that they do. And then by supporting Shein and businesses like Shein, um, these businesses will continue to do the damage as they are receiving no repercussions, and they're just making money. So they continue to do what they do now, which is not okay. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I can't wait to see what everybody else picks. Thank you. Bye.